Hello everyone, this is Rob Dillon from the Midwest region. Today I'm going to be doing a quick training seminar on how to help you build 8.5 by 11 marketing pieces to display in your service drive, to maybe print on the back of outgoing parts invoices or repair orders. These are things that service or parts managers or even your counter minute service writers can do very quickly and easily as long as you have the right tools. So in this training seminar, you are going to learn how to turn this, a simple Word document, into this, which is an 8.5 by 11 color printed marketing piece for you. So how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to use it with very simple tools using Microsoft Office, your internet Google search or Bing, whatever. So what I want to do is see if you have Windows 7 so you can use the tools that are going to be required for this. Most importantly, Snip tool is going to be extremely important. Also, you're going to need your paint as well. So let's see if we have those things. If you come down here to your computer icon and you right click and hit properties, this will tell you what version of Windows you have. And as you can see, I have Windows 7, so I am going to have all those tools actually part of the package here. So we can close that out of that. And now what we can do is get started with the rest of the training here. Now I'm going to go to a live version here to basically walk you through. So the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to go open up a Word document, okay? And then from there, I'm just going to basically duplicate what we showed. So now what I'm going to do is if actually you go into your VW Hubs sign in, right? Here you can find anything you want to take a picture of that you want to put on your marketing piece, anything you've seen online, anything that you have maybe advertised on your website. You can go ahead and find it and you can put it right there on your marketing piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with Dealer First here. Dealer First is where you can find stock photos of parts, stuff of that nature, water pumps, timing belt kits, brakes, whatever it is you guys are interested in going ahead and advertising. Down here, you will see after sales assets. And once you click on there, it's going to have a whole bunch of different options on what to choose from. You have accessories, you have logos, lifestyle, miscellaneous. If you come over here to parts, now you can go ahead and start loading a whole bunch of different things. You can see batteries and tires. This maybe you want to do a tire special this month or this quarter. What I'm actually looking for right now is right here. I'm just going to looking at these wiper blades. So it's going to be, if you hover over it, it actually, I think if you click it, it gives you a little bit of a sample of what it's going to look like, right? So if there's anything else, like there's your air filters. So feel free to look at this. We have timing belts. Those are handy too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, I want to go ahead and get a large picture of this. And it's going to ask me to download it. Now I'm going to open that thing up. And as soon as I open it, I'm just going to right click on it. And I'm going to copy it. And when I go into my Word document, I'm just going to go ahead and paste it. So there it is. Now I can move it around a little bit. If you click inside there, you can narrow it down. You can tighten it up, whatever you want to do. Let's make it a little bit narrower if you want. Next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and get my Service Express logo. Well, that's easy enough. Basically, you can go into Service Express, you can Google the logos or what have you. I found this one just online. Now that I have that logo, I can go into my snip tool. If you don't know where your snip tool is, you can type in under here, just type in snip, and it'll show the tool right there. So we can go ahead and just open that up. Now I'm going to create a new one. Now how this works out is it just basically shades the entire page, and it allows you to take a picture of anything you want. So I'm going to left click on this. I'm going to drag down and capture what I'm interested in taking. As soon as I'm done with that, step away for a second. I now have the snip of that exact screen right there. This also comes in handy to send any pictures to possibly customers or your within in-house with any of your staff or even your FOMs in the area. So now that we have that, what I can do is I can right click on it and I can copy that, no different than a picture. I'm going to go back into my Word document here, and I'm just going to hit paste here. Now that one above there, right? So what we can always do is we can cut it again. Make sure we get below the wiper blades. We're going to go ahead and paste that. So there that is. Now, let's say you wanted to have that a little bit lower to the page. This is where you just manipulate by clicking on there and then just hitting enter a couple times. Bring it down a little bit, right? Went a little bit too far, so I can hit backspace. The other thing we can do is this is maybe a good idea to look at your page layout and narrow your margins a little bit so you can get a lot more on the page. You can also go into your home and you can click center. So then all of your pictures are going to be centered in the page. There we go. Now, if you remember on that other picture we have here, I put a little Volkswagen logo on there. And the reason I put that Volkswagen logo on there is I work for Volkswagen. But maybe you guys are going to want to use your personal logo. So you can find that on your website, or I'm sure your IT person probably has a JPEG of it for you to use. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and do it the way with mine here. So right here, I can go ahead and I can copy this as well. Copy that picture. I'm going to come in here. And I want to put it up here in the corner, right? I'm going to paste that. Uh-oh. We'll see what happens. Now, this, I could keep it up in the corner here, but I'm losing some space. Now, I did this for a reason, because now what I want to do is I want this logo to actually be in that picture. I can't do that just here in Word. So, now we're going to go to another function, the paint function. Now, again, to get paint, all we want to do is go into our search aisle here and go into paint. Whoops. As soon as you find paint, you can go ahead and open that up. There. Now this is going to look a little bit like a Word document right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to copy my wiper blades here. I'm going to go into my paint and I'm going to paste that in there. There it is. I'm going to go back into my Word document, or you can grab it right off of the internet wherever you want to. I'm going to copy this, go into my paint, and I'm going to paste that. Now, as you can see, this one actually hovers over that other picture. So now you can take your logo, you can put it right there. Now, once you have it laid out and it looks beautiful, you can go ahead and grab your snip tool again that we spoke of. We're going to do a new snip, and I'm going to hover right over that. Now I have it. I'm going to copy that. Go back into here. I'm going to go ahead and delete these pictures. I don't really need them anymore because now I'm going to be inserting just one picture. I'm going to center that again. So there's your logo there, right? This one I can stretch out a little bit. So there's that. Now, I should have probably not had that little blue piece right there. But now what we're going to do is we need to add some writing, right? Basically, I'm just duplicating what I'm doing right here. So how do we get that writing on there? Well, if you come over here and you start typing, nothing is going to come over the picture there. Again, it's designed that way. So what we need to do is we now need to insert a text box. Take a simple text box, and we're going to take this and we're going to drag it all over our pictures. There. Now what this allows us to do is it allows us to type whatever we want over this. Now you're saying, obviously, well, we can't see our pictures anymore. So what we need to do is we need to come up here and we need to say the shape fill, no fill. So basically it's saying right now it's defaulting to white, but we're going to do no fill. We don't want any fill. And you see this black ugly line back there? We're going to come over here to shape outline and we're going to say no outline. So now all of that disappears. Okay. Okay, now that we have our text box, we want to obviously put some text in there. What do we want our customers to know? I went online and I Googled a little bit of information on, basically wiper blades here. So to simplify this, and so I don't have to type it all over again or cut and paste from the internet, I'm actually going to just cut and paste from my little cheat sheet right here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to paste that. And there. Now, if this is, let's say your picture isn't lining up, right? So you want that Service Express to be under there. Well, you can't. I'm clicking on that Service Express and it's not moving. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to move my text box out of the way for a little bit here. And then maybe, maybe narrow this a little bit, right? Narrow just a little bit. And now I can basically bring my text box over again. If that's not enough, I can always just close my text box again and bring this down even more. There we go. And again, I'm just you can manipulate this as much as you want, put as much time into it as you want, but that basically, in how long did this take us? Not very long at all. Just about under 10 minutes here, it looks like. We were able to build a marketing piece. Now that you actually have this marketing piece, we're going to want to get it printed out. Please print it in color paper. I know that there's not a lot of color printers out there, but this is a good opportunity to start improving on the infrastructure within our service and parts fixed ops areas. You could take this to Kinko's, but I'm pretty certain that after a short amount of time, getting yourself a printer, color printer, is going to be a lot cheaper than having Kinko's printing these off for you as you go along. So another thing that I was going to share with you is I basically took a picture of the core service process here, and if you wanted to use this as a little bit of an example to share with your service writers, maybe you could actually save this as a backdrop like I do on my computer here. If you want to go ahead and maybe update that to share with your customers so then maybe they know what to expect on a service visit with your dealership. This is a great thing to share. So basically you're saying, hey, I'm meeting you right now. I just want to let you know how this works out. I'm going to write you up. We're going to dispatch that work to a technician. The technician is going to do the diagnostic one. Now this is a part you probably look at and go, wait, man, I don't want to tell my customers that I'm looking to do an upsell. So what you can do is you can basically in Word, using the same tools that we were just talking about, you can come over here and you can insert a shape. I'm just going to take a box right here, and just like the snip tool, I'm going to left click on that. I'm going to go over there, and there. Now I covered that up. And with the same principles, shape fill, I'm going to do white, shape outline, no outline. Ta-da! Now you can share this with your service writers and then also your customers, basically saying, hey, this is the process, what to expect. And you're also going to have a follow-up. So that's when you're going to get your surveys and what have you. Well, this is going to button up my training session here for you. You can always look back at this anytime if you forget what to do. The other thing is, don't be afraid of the tools that you have available to you. Give you an example of that is that we have right now under here, if you click on your text box, if you go into formatting, you can actually go in there and you can change the effects, right? You can do shadows. Kind of does it for you, shows you what you can do. You can do a 3D rotation of your lettering. Play around with it. Get comfortable with it. You can do a whole bunch of fancier things. You can do some fancy lettering like this. This is all word art is what it is. So you're going to play with it, and you can change the colors again. So this is where the formatting tools are to basically clean up your marketing piece any way you want. So I hope that this was a benefit. Again, feel free to start marketing anything, maybe Service Express items, additives, right? You can actually use the additives. We send these out. You can go ahead and just print these out yourself, or again, using your snip tool, remember, you can just go ahead and snip your additive, right? And then that way you can copy that, put it on your Word document, and new Word document. Same thing, guys. You can just come over here and update that. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for the business. Thank you for taking the time, and happy selling.